So let's talk, right? Because I'm sitting here, I'm laying in bed. I have like zero energy. We are still sort of kind of in eclipse season, but I just have like zero energy. I'm like wiped out. And I'm also going through an eighth house perfection year. The sun is in my eighth house right now. Like it's just a lot of moving parts. I'll say that. But I'm also, you know, feeling like it's not over. It's not over. I felt like I needed to just hop on the microphone real quick and kind of clear up some things that I said um in the last video. Well, not even clear up, but more so add to, I guess, and add more clarity. And I have no guidance for how I'm gonna do this. I tell y'all every time I get up here and I start like speaking about what I'm channeling and all of that, like talking about this type of stuff is different. It's a little uncomfortable, well, extremely uncomfortable. Because like talking about baddies and like, celebrities and stuff like that, that's a little bit different. But like once we start getting into like real world stuff, it's very uncomfortable. It's very uncomfortable. For multiple reasons. Obvious, reasons like, safety and things like that. And then the channel, not wanting it to get taken down and just you're speaking about real life stuff that could affect humans. And that's not to say that like tarot and spirituality and doing like personal readings and stuff like that don't affect people as well. But it's just I don't know. Like when it comes to like world events, it's usually not good. Or there's a lot of bad that happens before the good. So let's just talk. As usual, I'm just gonna ramble on till I get to the point of what I'm trying to say. Hopefully everything will still make sense for you. But this is just another video where I'm just talking and I'm talking freely and I'm just allowing whatever comes to me to come out. Okay. So for those that don't know, I am ooh. For those that don't know, I am psychic, right? I'm intuitive. I am a healer, a light worker. I consider myself to be a bit of a spiritual therapist, if you will. So there, like if you've ever had a alignment session with me, you kind of know what I mean. Like multiple alignment sessions, you kind of know what I mean. Um, because I'm like a coach, motivator, spiritual coach. Um, yeah. And so when it comes to the gifts that I have all of the clairs. However, when I was born into this lifetime, when I was born into this lifetime, a lot of my gifts were blocked, right? And if you don't know what the five clairs are, it's clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, claircognizance. Those are the four main ones, right? But then you also have clairsentient and claircognizant, right? So clairvoyance means clear seeing, and it's what happens in your third eye. Usually deals with like visions. Clairaudience is a clear hearing. Clairsentience is a clear feeling. Claircognizance is a clear knowing. Clear alience is clear smelling. And so, like I said, I have all of the clairs, all of the clairs. Some are stronger than others, but I have all of the clairs. And everybody's karma is set up different. Everybody's karma is set up different, and part of my karma is that I have what I have, but to fully maximize, I have to work and practice and like put certain shit into effect. Because it is possible for people to like it when it comes to gifts, it's different for everyone. You have some people that come in, everything's fully unlocked. You have people that come in, they don't have any gifts at all. Then you have people that come in, they might get like one gift unlocked, and then the rest they have to work for, or they'll have nothing. So that's what I'm saying, right? A lot of my gifts come in waves. However, since I was a kid, my strongest gift has always been claircognizance, which is my intuition, just clear knowing. So my claircognizance and my clairsentience, just a clear feeling and a clear knowing. Like I said, everything else will come in waves. Like I know when I went through my spiritual awakening and I had started doing readings on live, um, you know, uh clairvoyance was coming through a lot. Clairaudience was coming through a lot. You know, when I would do live readings, I would see things, I would hear things, whatever. So, like I said, it all comes in waves. But since I was a kid, it's always been the feeling and the knowing that has been the strongest. And even when like I can think back to like school, like middle school and elementary, and it was like three main events that like really solidified my gifts. And it was 9/11, Katrina, and BINLA. We just gonna say Aladdin. Okay, but you know, like Uncle Ben, but meets Aladdin. Right. So it was three, those were the three events that like really kind of like solidified the fact that okay, I'm gifted, because it was just certain things. Like I just knew the truth. I just knew the truth. And I remember doing school projects on those three topics and challenging the teacher on the facts that we were learning. Because at the time too, the internet wasn't where it is now. So, you know, it was a lot of stuff that's out there that's obviously probably scrubbed at this point. But you know, it was just certain downloads and whatnot from the universe that I would receive in regards to those three events. And needless to say, in 2024, a lot of what I was feeling or trying to convey to my teachers through the projects and whatnot, a lot of it, if not all of it, ended up coming out to be true. Like we talking setups and whatnot. And that's part of what made me into who I am, and like learning not to just conform and being able to challenge the status quo, challenge what it is that I'm being told, challenge just challenge society, period. Right? Like it's part of why I don't really necessarily stick to the status quo, because I mean when you talk about 9/11, Katrina, and then Uncle Ben, it's like y'all sitting here lying and gaslighting the public. And then like if me as a 9-year-old, as a 12-year-old, like I can put all of that together, like yeah, you know? So that's kind of just like an idea of um, you know, how as a kid. So when it comes to now in 2024, I went through my spiritual awakening in 2019, and I was always, you know, like I said, super intuitive. Always knew I was psychic, but it wasn't something that I really talked about. I remember I did a story time in 2016 where I talked about how I was working at Burger King and I had this problem with this boss. And basically, the whole story time was about receiving spiritual psychic attacks from her. But at the time, I wasn't really comfortable with talking about it on YouTube. So of course I didn't come on a video and say like, oh, this was a spiritual attack. I don't even remember what I said, but I just remember telling that story. So if you were here in 2016, you probably remember that story time that I did about the Burger King boss that was just on my dick hard. I think I called the friend like Vicky or Victoria or something. But yeah, I was going through like psychic attacks or whatever. But like I said, always been super intuitive or whatever. But it was, you know, some shit that I kept to myself because people would come and try and like if okay, I was that friend who would sense some shit or feel like okay, shit is about to go down. But like people will look at me and gaslight me and be like, oh bitch, you overreacting, oh bitch, you scary. And then every single time, look what happened. It's just like I tried to tell motherfuckers, you know, and then nobody wants to be seen as the friend that's uncool or the friend that, you know, is always starting some shit or the friend that, you know, is always scary, you know. So I kept shit to myself. With 2019, I went through my spiritual awakening. And here's the part of the story that I wanted to get into with the last video, but I didn't really want to, because like over like I don't really do story times like that, and I didn't want to open up a can of worms. Like I listen, if I don't talk about stuff regularly on my channel, then just assume that it's something that I don't want to talk about. However, I feel like I need to talk about it because a lot of people think that these hurricanes and these natural disasters and all of that is over, and it's not. And somebody left a comment on my YouTube that resonated a little too hard. Like it resonated a little too much with the story that I wanted to tell with the last predictions video that I posted. So I was just like, fuck it, okay. So This story has to do with my kid. And it was July 2019. And mind you, like I said, I had, went through my no, I was wait. Hold on. Hold on. No, it wasn't 2019. It was 2020. It was 2020 because it was after I had already met my twin flame. Well, the bond partner, kingdom husband. Um, yeah, it was July 2020. Okay. 2019 is when I went through my spiritual awakening. I want to say about like September to December. Well, honestly, yeah, September to December 2019 is when I started going through my spiritual awakening. And so in July 2020, specifically, I was staying at my brother's house, with my brother and his baby mother, who I consider like a sister at the time. And I was there with my kid. And we had both fell asleep. Now, when it comes to gifts, everybody receives messages differently. Like there's no one size fits all. Like this isn't That's So Raven, and it's just like, oh, well, it automatically looks like this. Everybody's different. For me, I have so much, like if you looked at my natal chart, you would be like, bitch, how are you still alive? Like, because I have so many challenging aspects in my natal chart where it's just like my whole entire life has just been problematic, and it's trauma after trauma after trauma after trauma. um and don't get me wrong, like like extremely, my natal chart is extremely problematic, but in the end it does get really really fucking awesome if we can even get to the end. And that's been my main like gripe with God and the universe my entire life. It's like, especially once I really started deep diving into astrology, it's just like I know what my life is going to look like on the other side of 35, but like, bitch, like y'all really making it hard getting there. Okay. um and I say all of that to say, like, there's so much trauma and just so much like going through shit. And I'm not talking about regular everyday shit like, oh, um I got a paper cut. Like, hell, you can even tell from some of the past story times that I told, like, just trauma. And that wasn't even touching the putting the cherry on the top when I did the old story times or whatever. But my point is that I already receive a lot of information because of my Gemini Mercury. And so because of all of my trauma, I often forget about what it is that I've gone through unless I sit down and I really, really take time to think about it, or somebody reminds me, because it's constantly always something new happening or whatever. So I'm not necessarily the person who remembers necessarily all of their dreams unless it's like extremely impactful. So when I get messages, I usually get messages through like songs, or I might get it through numbers, or like I said, it might be like intuition or like a feeling or whatever. And so sometimes it does happen with dreams. Like a lot throughout my spiritual awakening, it was a lot of messages through dreams or whatever. And during this one night, it was that happened, right? Like I said, everything other than clear a clear feeling and a clear knowing, everything else is blocked. Like, is blocked. So I don't have any control over it. If I wanted to, I could practice and really, you know, unlock everything fully, and maybe possibly to a point where I could control it. But like, it's already too much on my plate right now. Maybe where my life calms down, like on the other side of 35, then we can sit and talk about it. But as far as right now, it's just like, okay, I take whatever comes to me. And whatever comes to me is always important. So all of that is like needed to know. Like, like I said, this is not about to be some type of like T video where we like, this is a video where we talking. I'm rambling because all of this stuff adds to everything. I'm giving you a background foundation as to who I am and how I process shit and all of that. So taking all of that into consideration, this night in particular, Me and my kid, we both had the same vision. And I know this as a fact, as gospel, because we both awoke at the same time. And I just knew. I just knew. Both woke up at the same time screaming. Like both of us screaming at the same exact time. And I just knew. I just knew. I looked at her and I said, "What is wrong? What and tell me." But I just fucking knew. I just fucking knew. And the dream that we had, let me look up because I can give y'all a visual. I can give y'all a visual. Because there's a very like particular show that's coming to my mind. I don't know if y'all watching 911, but it's a very, very particular show. Let me see which season it was. Like I said, I'm just here to just ramble and talk for those that care. Like this is not. I didn't monetize the last video. I'm not monetizing this because I'm not trying to go viral or have like like I'm literally just talking to people that follow me and that are interested in this type of conversation. Um, but I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find. Okay, let me just type in 911 disasters. Oh no, they put the other one. No, show. Okay, I think I found it. Yeah, I found it. Okay, let me see if I can find it on YouTube. Oh wait, is it on Philo? Maybe it's on Philo. No, it's not on Philo. What the fuck does 911 come on? Chad, they gonna copyright this shit on my channel. Nah, I definitely can't monetize this shit now. Okay, but yeah, I'm about to put this shit on screen. Let me see if I can find the right clip though. I'm gonna be very clear of what I saw. Okay, so I'm about to put it on screen. So this is not the exact depiction of the dream, of the vision, but similar.
Emergency is the absence of choice. The randomness of the world. The crazy chaos of life. Robbing us of our safety.
Mommy?
Oh my God.
Get off the field!
So when the storms rage,
Leaving me here on my own, it's a cruel, cruel summer.
we call
Now
out
you're gone, now you're gone, now you're gone.
to the light up ahead.
911, what is your emergency?
Mommy! No! No! Get away from the water! Get away from the water!
It's a cruel, cruel summer. Now you're gone.
Yeah. And I'm looking up some dates real quick because okay. I'm looking up some dates real quick. Okay. So because I forgot that I had everything written down because my whole spiritual awakening is tied to somebody else. It's tied to somebody else because I went through it with my kingdom husband at the same time. And This is so different talking about this type of stuff again, because I haven't really talked about this type of stuff like publicly since I had my spirituality channel. Over there, it was like everyday conversation, but like, over here we love punch and my husband on Zeus and but like, if you come from the spirituality channel, we used to have conversations like this all the time. But yeah, so okay, let's back it up. Okay, so I went through my spiritual awakening in September 2019, and the exact date that it was September 13th, 14th, 2019, and it was a full moon in Pisces. Okay, and Venus and Mars was conjoined in Virgo, and that is also when I met my kingdom husband. Right then, how deep I want to go. I'll say this. Then in the full moon in Aries, October 13th, 2019, that's when I had a psychic awakening, right? With that person. Let's fast forward, okay? So that was a full moon in Aries during Scorpio season. Almost 5 years ago, a few days from now. Now let's fast forward, because why does all of that matter, right? I'm gonna get there, but fast forward to July 2020. That is when I had this dream, but it was a vision, right? Because you'll know the difference between a dream and then like a prophecy or a vision. And I just knew, I was like, that was not a fucking dream. And then the fact that me and my daughter had the same vision at the same exact time, I just fucking knew, y'all. I just knew. And then I'm gonna just say this too, because sometimes when I get up here and I try to speak about what it is that I'm feeling or whatever, it's like it makes me so uncomfortable. Like I can't roll it off the tongue the same way that I can when it comes to like baddies content and stuff like that. But it's the same feelings, like the same feelings and confirmations and whatnot when I get when I'm speaking so boldly about Zeus and I feel like this gonna happen and da 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 da. It's the same thing that I feel when I'm talking about spirituality, right? It's the same exact thing. Same exact thing. So we had this vision, and it was very similar to what we just saw in the YouTube video for 911. It was very similar, like very, very similar. Like just boardwalk underwater, mass destruction, chaos, everything. How deep I want to get. I did also see us in the dream as well. We ended up making it out alive. And it's a dream sequence that haunted me for a long time, because I had completely forgot about 9/11, whatever, like the show. And then when I had remembered it, I was like, okay, well, that's why I was feeling it, because maybe, like you can't control your dreams. So, just a random memory of a TV show. Okay, I'm making up a plot line in my mind. Like I'm going back to the premiere of 9/11, whatever. I don't think it was that, because when I started putting stuff together, and this is why I felt like I had to speak about it now and kind of give y'all like backstories and stuff like that, because over the years, I've spoken a lot about natural disasters and things coming, and I've been saying forever and ever, oh, it's floods and whatnot coming. Like, go back on the community tab page, you'll see that I posted receipts. I knew back in 2020 that Biden was going to step down, that Kamala was going to take over. I knew in 2020 that Trump was going to be running. I have been saying on my spirituality channel, it's going to be floods, it's going to be earthquakes, it's going to be natural disasters. They're going to be the worst than ever before. Like I've been in tune and in touch. But now in 2024, when I consider that it's been so many people that have come out with the same predictions about earthquakes and floods, and we've all kind of had this dream or these visions or these downloads of doom and gloom and things that's coming, and it's all sounding very similar. And then when you start thinking about how, like with entertainment, they place everything in front of your face for a reason, like karmic law. You gotta put the shit out there, right? Like God will expose all, truth will be exposed or whatever. When you start thinking about shit like that and how entertainment works, like how aliens and all of that have been in our face forever in movies, but the government has gaslit us and told us that, oh, it wasn't true, only to, send the submarine gate, have us all distracted by that while they release information from the government confirming that aliens are real while nobody's paying attention or caring. Like when you start thinking about stuff like that, now as I'm speaking, it's like I wonder if 9/11 season 3, which was the season that was about the tsunami, I wonder if that was predictive programming. I wonder if that happened that season because that was like a message that was being put out there. And that was making me wonder. I wonder if every season of 9/11 is like trying to tell us something. But more so specifically that season. And the reason why I say that is because that was 2019. That was 2019. And that is also when we as a world felt a collective shift. Okay. People talk about, oh, COVID came and changed shit. No, it was 2019. It happened. The collective shift happened in 2019 specifically. 2020, people started feeling it because of Saturn going into Aquarius. And then the day that Saturn went into Aquarius, that's when we went through the lockdown. And if you don't know, Aquarius rules communities, collective thought, technology, and Saturn is all about restrictions and boundaries and lockdowns. And so literally to show you astrology is real, the day that the planet that rules lockdowns went into the sign of the collective and collective of people, that is the day we as a world went into lockdown because of COVID. That's how on point astrology is. So I don't know. I'm just sitting here thinking because the destructions aren't over. They're just getting started. And it's going to be a thing that goes on through 2025. And these elections are not happening or are seriously getting delayed. Maybe voting gets delayed and pushed back. Whatever. Kamala going to win. That's not the problem. It's the fact that like I don't feel like elections is going to happen. I've been saying that. And as of recently, hearing all of this stuff that's been coming out, like dealing with these disasters or whatever, it's feeling like it's going to have to impact it. Like it's feeling like the elections is going to be impacted by these disasters because everywhere you turn is going to be like, okay, infrastructure here is down. Okay, here they can't vote because of, buildings are flooding or whatever. Like if that's how it feels. And I see everybody on TikTok jumping for joy and making all of these jokes and like still kind of mocking God and mocking the universe. And mind you, I'm sitting here in bed and all of these videos is popping up of either people on TikTok like, oh, Tampa, that hurricane didn't do shit, and my mother told me to escape and evacuate, and all y'all that evacuated is dummies. And I'm just like, y'all are still mocking the universe, like still mocking God. And mind you, I'm thinking this, might send out a few tweets or whatever, and then after that, I'm getting hella videos that's popping up of spiritualists and prophetic people that are talking about messages about people mocking God in the universe. And I'm just like, yeah, I might need to get on the microphone and say something because I'm just like, I'm making the connections. And literally, as I'm sitting here talking to y'all now, like I said, I just realized that my spiritual awakening happened on the full moon in Pisces. Then the psychic awakening, which was like really what's pushed everything, and really was like the real start of the spiritual awakening, was the full moon in Aries. And that was October 13th. And I'm considering the dates now. And I just told you what Saturn in Aquarius meant. Saturn is in Pisces right now. Pisces can rule spirituality because, its ruler is Neptune, but it can also govern bodies of water, which is exactly why there's been so many dolphins or okras and wildlife fucked up and cruise ships messing up. And like, that's why everything has been chaotic with beaches and water and all of that. But it's also why it's going to be so much fucking water than like ever before. Because again, you have Saturn, that's like the teacher, that's like the disciplinarian. And then you have Pisces, which is, governing water. Put two and two together, right? And then what makes me, I don't know if the connection is going to make sense to y'all right now. It's just going to sound like I'm just grasping at straws. But something about me having that spiritual awakening with that full moon in Aries, October 13th, 2019, and knowing that there's a full moon in Aries coming up. Let me see, when is it? October 17th? Full moon in Aries, October October 17th. Because often we move as a collective. It's collective consciousness, right? And time is an illusion. So a huge wave of us went through that awakening in 2019 around the same time. And a lot of us have that message of floods, of floods. Even on the last video that I posted, somebody said they felt like New York was going to be flooding. And over the last couple of years, I've been getting that as a download and been getting a lot of TikToks and whatnot talking about how the infrastructures in New York is already set up a certain way, and like it's like already way below sea level than it needs to be. I don't know. I'm telling y'all what is going on. I don't feel like the disasters are over. I don't. I feel like shit is still gonna get really worse in the next month to two. 2025 with Uranus going into Gemini, it's really gonna get crazy because Uranus is like plot twist, change, sudden upheaval. Gemini is communications, intelligence. Like then while you have Pluto in Aquarius, Pluto, which is life and death, destruction, transformation. And right now, Pluto is going direct tomorrow into Capricorn, and then it goes into Aquarius in November. That's just, that right there is a lot of energy, a lot of transformations. And then in 2025, a lot of the current planets are going to be in a completely different sign for the first time, like all together, which is going to be massive. Like, massive. I know a lot of y'all don't do astrology, but just know that's a big fucking deal. That means like we're gonna see some life-changing shit that we ain't never seen before in our motherfucking lives. Good and bad. I don't know, man. I feel like people are I feel like a lot of people are still mocking God and mocking the universe, and I don't think people are like, because now I'm hearing that yes, there is 3 hurricanes. Like that's a confirmation that I just got like immediately. Motherfuckers are saying, oh, there was Milton, but then there's Leslie and Nadine, and then there's another one named Kirk. What the fuck? And I don't know if these are all going to be like level 10, level 6 category storms, or I mean, hurricane categories or whatever, or if they're going to just be like super, super powerful storms. I don't fucking know. I just know that I've been talking about floods and earthquakes and disasters. I've been talking about all of that since 2020. You know, and part of why I don't really like to talk too much on world topics is because timelines change, energy changes, and I don't like time sensitive information unless I'm specifically talking about something that I at least have astrology to back up. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I get downloads all the time, but like, unless I have like concrete proof that astrology can back up, where I can at least give a window, then I don't really like to put a time frame on it. Right. That's why I started getting deeper into astrology, so I could be able to, you know, give somebody a window of time, or have, you know, some sort of extra confirmation versus just this is what I feel and it can happen at any time. Right. But everything I've been saying, I do feel like it's given immediate. It's given soon. It's given, you know, because there is this energy of just like doom and gloom, and collectively we've been feeling it. Collectively, a lot of people have been feeling like, oh, it's about to be a reset or like judgment. Like, and when I think of Pluto, I think of judgment. Pluto is about truth. How truthful are you living? And if you're not living up to your truth, it's gonna break you down to build you back up, destroy you to build you back up. Like Pluto rules Scorpio. Think of Scorpios and how they move. It's just very much like, how deep is your love? Like, are you the most authentic part of you? And then Pluto and Aquarius, it's just like the deepest truths of like the collective. of our consciousness, of technology, of a lot. I don't know. And then I started thinking about like personal things that I was going through. Like in the other video, I talked about how like I left New York. I went to California for like a month, and then I was done. And then now, um, I feel like how I felt in 2023, like I'm being pushed out of New York again. And it's a very personal thing. Like it's not gonna make sense. And miss me with the because somebody did say, and shout out to you, boo. Shout out to you. So I don't mean this to shade, but miss me with the how much rent gonna cost and listen, nobody's safe anywhere. Nobody's safe anywhere. That's not the way that life works, baby. That's not the way that life works. Nobody is safe anywhere. All you could do is like just make sure you following your divine path and that you are staying prayed up and staying in alignment and all of that. Because if you're not supposed to be here, you're not going to be here. And if you're supposed to be doing something, you're going to be doing it. If you're not, you're not. Like, that's just the way life works, you know? Like, nobody's safe anywhere. So, I don't know. I don't know. Because I'm definitely feeling like I need to get out of New York for personal reasons. But I do feel like it's also attached to some of the stuff that's going on. And some of the stuff that's coming. But then it's like, like I said, this is gonna be stuff going on in Cali. Like there's no better. It's no better. It's no better. It's stuff all over the world. So it's really just a matter of, you know. But yeah, I don't feel like it's over. Like I said, that's really why I wanted to come up here and to like really give that warning about Cali, because I'm seeing more and more confirmations pop up about earthquakes and flooding in Cali, and I'm just like, yeah, it's making sense. And then stuff that people are commenting and whatnot. And so, like I was saying, I have a clear feeling of knowing, a clear feeling. So clear knowing and clear feeling. I get downloads, and sometimes they make sense. Very rarely do they completely make sense. But then I'll get the other bits and pieces of information from just life, right? Because like I said, clear feeling, clear knowing. So like I said, I had that vision, which I believe was most definitely a vision of California underwater. And the fact that it happened at the same time as my child, like that's a whole story in itself. Because definitely gifted as fuck, but that's a whole story in itself. Yeah. And let me just say, originally I didn't want to bring that up because don't start questioning me about stuff that listen, if I don't normally talk about it on this channel, don't expect me to start. Okay. I'm only brought, her up because it deals with what we're talking about. But I'll get my downloads, but I get my confirmations from real life, right? Because clear feeling, clear knowing. So like it could be like us having a conversation or me watching something on TV or me hearing something on TikTok or whatever, and then more will come to me. Or like because I'm so in sync with spirit, like I've that whole 444 and 1111 and like how we be doing YouTube videos and y'all be seeing numbers, that's something that I've worked into the channel because for me it happens all day every day. Like my team is like always around me, so we communicate through numbers, so it's constantly repeating numbers and whatnot that I see. But I've worked it into my YouTube videos, for me not to get annoyed, and then two, to promote my readings, and three, as a nod to spirit, right? But they're constantly reaffirming my beliefs, I guess, right? Like if I have a download or I'm feeling the way, it'll be reaffirmed, right? So even with like the whole vision, like I said, that I had in 2020, just certain things placed in my peripheral, placed on my path for me to see, for me to hear, just to like confirm. I can explain it. I can explain it. Like If you ever are feeling unsure, literally just pray and God will show you the answers. And it's one of them type of things, right? Like if I get a download and I'm unsure what the fuck it mean, God gonna make sure I get the message. If that means if I go outside and I hear 10 people saying that code word, or I go read a book and I see that code word 20 different times, or I scroll on TikTok and I hear that code word 20 different times. Like God will make sure you get the message. I promise you. And cheat code words work. Like y'all don't have to rely on angel numbers. Like y'all can make up shit. Like I utilize God and spirit and my team all the time. All the fucking time. What? Are you kidding me? Are you dumb? I utilize them all the motherfucking time. I'll be like, listen, God, spirit, angels, I need y'all right now. And please miss me. Get out my face with the 1111 and the 444. I need something a little bit more specific than that generic ass shit. Okay, so listen. God, you listening? Okay. Boom, check it. So I'm trying to move from here to here. And I just need to know, like, if you want me to move to LA, show me 818. If you want me to stay in New York, show me 646. 3 times. Okay, and then I'm gonna ask you for compliment after I get it 3 times. Then I'm gonna be like, okay, now show me 444 to solidify that. Like, I'm very detailed when I ask for shit. Like, that is literally how I talk to my team and God. That literally, because I'm very detailed. So, cheat codes and all of that definitely exists. You just gotta ask for whatever. But my point was is that, like I said, I get these downloads and I don't always know what the fuck is going on. And sometimes I wait on shit or hold on to shit till I have more information, or sometimes I speak on it, or more often than not, they'll just show me. And so since I put up that video, me not explaining the full story about having, that water dream, and then the fact that I had it with my kid, like at the same time, like I felt like the universe was pushing me to come talk about that, because I feel like it's gonna come true. I do. I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be devastating loss of life and infrastructures. And I'm not the person to like just speak on death and stuff like that. That's not my judge. Mm-mm. I don't just get up and start speaking about casualties. I like to keep it love and light, but I don't know. There's so many people on TikTok that's not taking things serious. And that's also a part of it too. Like, we believe in motherfuckers who, right, as I got a cop car that just zoomed by. We believe in motherfuckers who have no problem signing us up to go off to another country and get killed by the time we turn 18. Right? That's a lot of faith. It's a lot of faith for the same motherfuckers who will send us a category 6 hurricane and then jack up the prices on food, hotel, air, gas. Like, it's a lot of faith. And so everybody like, oh, this is why we don't listen to the news now. We know Florida. We know da 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 da. And I just have this feeling that like y'all about to get real comfortable, and then boom. And also too, it's a lot of other people that's in different states that's like, I don't give a fuck about that. I don't live in Florida. Reality check about to hit you, because these disasters, if y'all can't tell from what I've said in this video and the other video, it doesn't matter where you are. Everybody's getting affected by a disaster at some point. Everybody. Some type of everybody. Like, shit is gonna travel. Shit is gonna blend, get work. Like, there's too many other things going on that I definitely won't speak about, because I don't even want to play those games. Yeah, it's something that I want to say that I cannot say, because I cannot risk this channel. But it's a lot of other stuff at play. It's a lot of other, maybe we'll talk about it on Patreon one day, but it's a lot of other stuff at play. So it's just like, yeah, just all you could do is just make sure you prepared, right? Make sure you got food stocked up, get your canned goods, all of that, flashlights, batteries, whatever you need, make sure that you align like to your highest God, your highest purpose, your highest soul, your highest all that. And make sure that you following your divine mission. Like, don't be out here just bullshitting. Like, if you know that you're supposed to lead that job and go start that career or start that business or lead that person, lead that relationship, like, do it. Like, stop wasting time. Cause I'm not about to sugarcoat with you. Like, y'all gonna be the first motherfuckers that they get up out of here. Honestly and truly, I feel like that's what be happening sometimes. I be feeling like the universe be giving us like enough rope to hang ourselves. Like, if you down here playing with your time, like, you can't be wiped out at any point. You know, that's why I was saying earlier, it's not about your location. It's not about your location. If it's your time, it's your time. But like, I feel like some people be speeding up their time or just playing with the time that they have. And in a way, that's almost mocking God and the universe and whatnot. It's like, you know, so just like really get on your shit. Don't wait for shit to hit the fan. Like, get on your shit before shit gets on you. Don't wait for shit to hit the fan. Like, if you know you're supposed to be doing something with your life or your path or whatever, like, do it. Do it. Push through. Do what you gotta do. Because shit is real out here. Shit is real out here. A lot of spiritual warfare is going on. A lot of actual physical wars that's coming. Like, and you want to make sure that you well protected at all times. You know? And so I'm not gonna tell you who to pray to, but like, at least make sure you connected to the universe. At least make sure, you know, you connected to your higher God, your higher soul, that you're in the right frequency, you vibing right. Yeah. Let me make sure that there's nothing else that I'm missing before we get off. Because I just did not have the energy today. And I was just like, I'm about to just lay down and like go TikTok, play my game. But then I just had like saw a TikTok or whatever, and it was just come from like I saw some random girl on TikTok. That I guess is a prophet. It was some page like reposting this prophet, and she was just saying a lot of what I've been saying, like in regards to Cali and earthquakes and New York and Florida, and even like with Beyonce and Jay-Z. I was like, okay, I gotta get online and say something, like just get some stuff off of my chest, because I was just like, I'm getting confirmation after confirmation for predictions that I put out. And granted, there's a lot of people saying different things, but I'm more so put it like this. You gotta be like, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. I don't go searching for predictions. Not like Simpson predictions or like, you know, like the time traveler predictions and stuff like that, just to see if it came true or not. That's something different. But I don't necessarily go searching for like what other people are saying, what other healers and prophets and light workers and all of that are saying. If it comes across my timeline, then fine. And like I already said, I feel like that's the universe, you know, sending confirmation my way, because you'll have people that can have an accurate prediction, but like you have to realize that people are still people, right? Like, I know a lot of oh, I don't even want to I'm gonna just say people are still people, and people, yes, people can be wrong, but people are still people, and people have their biases. You know, because I know that there's a really popular psychic right now who's gaining popularity that's saying a lot of what I'm saying, but she's wrong about a lot. And because she has a lot that she's about to, because a lot of what she's saying is about to come out true, people is going to assume that everything she's saying is true. And I'm like, put it this way, like, we have similar predictions on what's coming, but like, she's one of those that like fully is drinking the Kool-Aid and trapped in the Matrix. Does that make sense? It's gonna have to, because I don't want to go too deeper. And I was like, oh yeah, let me click not interested so that doesn't come up on my feed, because I don't want to, you know, thank you for the confirmation, thank you for confirming that we share the same, you know, but like, you drinking the Kool-Aid and the system still got a hold on you, and you're preaching that, and people are going to take that as the gospel. That's not conducive. I don't even see how that shit be possible for people like us. Like we literally challenge the status quo, yet you are going along with the status quo and like make it make sense. Make it make sense. Like you're not gonna sit and tell me and have me believe that weather ain't being manipulated. Okay. The other okay ain't going on. Okay. Like how are you a psychic but you calling people conspiracy theory? Okay. That's not the hair there, girl. That's not the hair there, girl. But yeah, I just wanted to get up here and ramble. I just wanted to get up here and ramble for a second because, like I said, I was feeling shit that was on my body, and yeah, stop protecting Jay-Z. Like, stop. And at this point, start looking at Jay-Z and Beyonce as two separate but still the same entities. Like, when he go down, she listen, my man. Okay. Anything else I want to say? I guess if I do, I'll probably just come and do another ramble, another rant. I might start doing these more often, so where I just, cause y'all be wanting me to talk about certain shit, but I don't know. Like I always say, I'm waiting until my channel gets to a place of like stability, because I can't, like, you got to get your homework done before you can start doing extracurricular activities, right? Because it's bad enough I take breaks when I shouldn't be, but so it's that. But then also too with like the stuff that I really be wanting to get into, I don't want my channel taken down. Because like there's a girl, all I'm gonna say is Dragon Tales, and girl, read between the lines, Dragon Tales, and I was just like, oh, not Dragon Tales waking up. We living on Dragon Tales. Now wait a minute. The hurricane. Wait a minute. Come along, take my hand, girl. Let's all go to Dragonland. Yeah. Maybe on Patreon.com or something. Maybe. We'll see one day. I don't know. Maybe I'll start doing like these little late night thoughts of like shit that's on my spirit, downloads that's on my spirit. I think I might, because I do really need to start documenting my thoughts and whatnot, other than on Twitter, because on Twitter I definitely tweet out some shit or whatever, but then I forget until like the shit actually happened. So yeah, maybe I start tweeting out no, maybe I'll start like recording like late night rambles. And it's not gonna be for everybody. Like I said, I'm not here like I'm not about to put a bunch of tags and a fancy thumbnail and like it's for the people that already follow me and they be like, oh Sky, what's your thoughts on this? What's your thoughts? Da, 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 da. Like this is just, just rambling, and maybe this will help me start getting to a place where I start feeling more comfortable to get up to, doing all the videos that like they be doing on TikTok and getting their accounts being for. Maybe I can wake up to that bravery by doing these late night rambles. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. New York, Jersey, we're gonna see what's up the last 2 weeks. Well, we about to go into the second week, but I'll say like the last week. Because it's giving Hurricane Sandy. And I just pray that everything gonna go okay. We still got 3 weeks left of October. More storms. Did y'all see on TikTok they were saying like how people have woke up today and the sky was purple, and I was just like, and people like that's okay, like that be the fucking thing right there. Like how are you waking up and you see that the sky is purple, but then you still don't, like, you still think everything is okay? Bitch, the sky's supposed to be blue and the sky is purple. And then I'm looking at all the comments or whatever, and people saying, oh well, they say like, oh, if it's a sailor, I don't even get me to lying, but people was in the comments talking about how like their fathers and uncles and baby daddies and all that shit was a sailor, and they say if it's a red sky, it's this. If it's a blue sky, purple sky, run away. Like, I'm just like, all of these things out there that people just continue to think it's just myths. It's not a myth. Like, girl, wake the fuck up. A purple sky is not normal. And then people reporting tornadoes that's happening. Then somebody sent me a clip. Shout out to Jerry Vincent. Sent me a clip on Twitter or whatever about, I think, the government admitting to weather manipulation, or like, then I heard some shit about cloud seeding that was going on. It's just so much. It's just so much. Like, I don't even understand why we still be having these conversations after Katrina. Like, you have actual Katrina victims that's telling you, like, bruh, they waited to tell us about what the fuck was going on. It's not that we didn't want to leave. They waited to tell us. Like, nobody's questioning FEMA right now. What's going on with that? Like, come on, all the signs is there. Wildlife has been telling y'all for the longest. Like, fish have been jumping up out of the goddamn water. Spirit just confirmed. Spirit just confirmed because the fire engine honked the horn. But all of the wildlife in the ocean has been telling y'all for the longest. Like, these cruise ships fucking up. Like, nature, the earth, and the animals have been telling y'all forever. So when people start talking about stuff like this, it's not a conspiracy theory. It's reality. And then we want to act so shocked and surprised. I think, like, it's like people are still asleep. We are not in 2019 no more. Like, times is just different now. Yeah, in 2019, you could be like, oh, but it's just Florida and we're going to bounce back. And, oh, all you got to do is pray. Girl, fuck all that. Sometimes God is trying to show you by showing you through the animals and the wildlife and da. Sometimes that is God talking to you. You talking to God, God looking at you like, oh, I've been trying to get your attention this entire time, but you've been ignoring me because of your ego, because you think you know everything. You so stuck down here in this 3D world, you're not tapped in tune. Okay, you're not tapped in tune, so you missing all of my messages. I'm going to voicemail. I've been trying to give y'all signs. I've been having these birds pop up. I've been having the whales and the orcas try to send messages. I've been having random birds chirp at odd times of the night. I've been having floods everywhere. Like, y'all not listening. I don't know, man. I feel like I just got a confirmation. Heard like a slight ringer, like a very slight ringer. Hey, angels, what's up? But yeah, let me get up off of this. But yeah, maybe I can start doing it. Okay, and then get up here and then like actually like we just scroll through TikTok and what's going on TikTok today, right? Just TikTok rambles and seeing what's going on up there. But yeah, if you don't get it by now, like what I was saying is like I can like if I'm going through TikTok and I just hear some random shit, I'll know instantly. Most times, sometimes I have to sit with the energy and see how I feel, but like I can be like, yeah, this is bullshit, or oh no, this is right. Like I saw a prophetic message about babies. I can't talk about that up here. I'm gonna just say it's some ideas that's going on out there when it comes to pregnancy and surrogate that will make a great Lifetime movie, but the fact that it might be reality, and I feel like it's reality, is crazy. And all I'm gonna just say is X-Men and surrogacy. Superpowers, superheroes, surrogacy. I mean, because, hey, if I'm looking for a woman 20 to 35 that's looking to make a quick 300, 3,000, you need the money, right? That's a conversation for another platform, child. Because when I heard that message, I was like, ooh, and I put it all together. I was like, oh, now that's a new download. Okay, girl. But yeah, as I get more comfortable, maybe I could get up here and, do these little rambles, do like a TikTok ramble, this will be our conspiracy corner. Oh, now wait a minute. Wait the fuck a minute. Wait a minute. Trying to be cute and creative and cute and bitch. I might have just did that. Not the conspiracy corner. Wait, hold on. That might be cute. That might be fucking cute. Right. Like next time I get up on here late at night, we're gonna call it the conspiracy corner. We just gonna go through TikTok of the latest that's going on, and then I can give y'all my input, any downloads, any energy that I'm feeling from the latest conspiracies or the latest. That could be a vibe. And y'all can send shit to me like, Sky, what you getting on this? Da-da-da. But don't use me. Don't abuse me. Use me, but don't abuse me. Okay. That's like on the TV shows where you find out that the character is psychic, and then they be like, "It's my boyfriend cheating. Am I gonna get that promotion?" Like, and then they just start using the fuck out of them. Like, but that could be cute. The conspiracy corner. Okay. We like a little late night hour-long video, and we just go through TikTok and go through, the latest. That could be cute. I just wonder how that would happen, because obviously at some point I would want to monetize it. And it's things that I want to talk about, like Dragon Tales. And I can't. I mean, the way that they taking people TikToks left and right. Because there's a lot of stuff. Like Nibiru, child. I don't know, but we're gonna see. I just want to be in Ramble. Just make sure that wherever you live, especially if you're on the coast, okay, any of the coast, okay. I don't care if you're in Chicago, baby. I don't care if you're in Washington State, California, Texas, Mexico. I'm gonna go to Mexican jail. No. If you in Florida, if you in North Carolina, if you in Jersey, New York, hey, y'all shit together. Start being prepared, because the energy is not looking or feeling right for these next 2 months. So